good? It's TB here. Brrrah. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to lose belly fat fast and efficiently. But I'll actually be telling you not actually anything else, but it's gonna work, and please stay tuned. All right, let's go. Okay, so actually at the beginning, this is what I'm gonna say. There are 3 types of different fat available in the body. Let me cover them right now. Okay, so the first type of fat is called subcutaneous fat. And it's actually fat which is stored under your skin, which can be pinched. So that what you can pinch, what you can see, is that's called subcutaneous fat. So this type of fat is actually configured from the brown, the beige, and the white fat cells. So like a beach, configured as sand, it's kind of like a layer system, if you can imagine that. Okay, so the second type of fat is called visceral fat. It's actually stored in the abdomen, basically abs, and around the vital organs such as the heart, the lungs. So this is important for allowing you to live. This is made up of white fat cells. I actually just got some shoes that are white. So think of like, you know, white shoes, white fat cells, that's what it is. The last actual type of fat is called essential fat. And this is fat which is needed to function correctly. If you don't have this, basically, you're not watching this video. That's what's happening. If you don't have an essential amount of fat, you're not alive, you're not here on this planet, trust me. Okay, so now we know the different types of fat available in the system. Now we can speak about some tips and tricks to help the process more fluently and better, instead of just listening to people who don't know what they're talking about. We can listen to science. This is the answer. The first actual tip is a very simple one. It's eating enough protein. If you don't, what's going on? You need to sort that out. If your household doesn't allow it, do you know what? Move out. This actually does include foods such as the meat, the fish, the eggs, and the dairy. This includes the actual protein, but it includes these other vitamins which are important, such as omega-3 fatty acids, that's a good one, vitamin B2, vitamin B12, and vitamin A, only to name a few. There's literally so many, it's like the alphabet, it's insane. Protein can actually make you feel full for longer as well, so you don't go on a massive binge eating cycle. You'll be all right and you'll feel full and you'll just be good. Let's go, let's do it. The second tip is actually reducing the stress levels so that you're not always stressed all of the time. Put all of them to the back of your mind, focus on the plan of action. So this actually can be achieved by the meditation. I've never tried that, sounds good though. Yoga, that's all right. Prayer, that's essential. Relaxation, just relaxing. And then happiness, that's what I've got, and I hope you do have too that. And any other ways you'd like to relax, that can be anything at all, you know, walking the dog, that's a good one. You can talk to the dog actually. I literally just spoke to a wasp like half an hour ago. He said he was all right, but he tried to take my food, so I said that's not right, but he didn't respond. I don't think they speak. Reducing the stress in your body will reduce the cortisol levels, and therefore you'll improve better and you'll feel better overall, trust me. This will actually allow you to get better sleep, and therefore you just feel better and more positive. Like it's sunny right now, I feel positive, I feel good. Okay, so the third tip is exercising regularly. If you're not doing that, what's going on? You're lacking. That's a lacking aspect in your life. Get that up to standard, trust me. You will thank me. Who's that? Come down here right now. Come down here, you magnum eating cow. You're fed up with these fucking things, bro. Land on the food, man. That's it. You're dead, you're done. You're done, bro, you're done. Get on there and I'm flattening you, you're done. Oh, you're lucky, bro. Lucky guy. So this actually can be in the form of aerobic or anaerobic. So basically aerobic, kind of walking, running, that sort of stuff. And then anaerobic, basically weightlifting if you're doing that. It's anaerobic without oxygen. Anaerobic is with oxygen. This is Science 101, this is. So those things I just mentioned, basically they all burn calories. Like walking or even going to the gym or anything like that. What it does is burn calories, and then it releases those endorphins which make you feel good. We should feel good anyways without them, if you see what I mean, but they'll just boost your positivity. I'm getting attacked by wasps right now, if you didn't know. But I've actually got orange glasses, so they can't really see me. They don't really know where I am, but they're still attacking me. So, but yeah, those are the main benefits. So exercise is actually necessary for the calories in versus calories out approach to take effect, because basically if you're sitting at home all day, you will burn calories, but basically you won't be burning as many as you could. And to get the progress you want to see, you will have to move around to some degree instead of just being sedentary every single day of your life. So try to be more active, and trust me, you'll see results if you move. Even a walk, even moving is helpful. Okay, so what you want to do is aim for 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity. So basically walking on a treadmill or going for a walk or a run or cycling. Cycling is pretty good. Or 75 minutes of vigorous, so vigorous being very intense, like a really good sprint. That's what I used to do. I used to sprint and then walk and then jog, and basically you can repeat that, and that's like an intense cycle or like a HIIT sort of workout. So that's good, but either one of them That's a guideline, obviously, that's general. If you need to change it, obviously change it for yourself, but they're general guidelines. The fourth tip is getting enough sleep per night and not staying up till 3 AM in the morning. Aim to get between 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, or even 10, that's even better. And you will make amazing progress, trust me. If you're sleeping 3 hours a night, what's going on there? I think you need to not go to bed at 3 and wake up at 6. Maybe you want to reschedule it, and also factor in how long you take to fall asleep. Like for me, usually it takes me about an hour to fall asleep. So it's like I schedule that in and then I fall asleep and it's all good. So that's it. So during sleep, basically what happens is everything is recovered and is ready for the next time. So like muscle tissue, that is actually repaired and everything else is repaired. So you've got an injury, that will repair itself during the night. And so therefore, if you reduce your sleep, you're not getting as good recovery. So trust me when I say that, it's really important. And I'm still learning that now, but trust me, it's really important. So sleep actually reduces those cortisol levels I was on about. So basically, I'm repeating myself, but it's true. That is the same principle. It does reduce those levels, so therefore you'll be more rested and you'll just feel better and more positive, which is what it's all about. So actually, sleep also improves your concentration and your positivity and everything else. So that's why I stress so much that it's really important, and I'm here to tell you this because nobody else is saying this. Just the simple things are always the most misled. So this is the truth. It actually also aids immune function, whatever that means. I'm joking. I know what that means. So the fifth tip is actually going to be tracking your food and knowing what you're actually eating in a day. So you can actually use any tracking app you'd like, but I use MyFitnessPal and it's very, very good because it allows you calories, macros, it's all free actually, and it's really good, so I'd recommend that. So tracking, what it actually does is allow you to see what goes in your body and what's out of your body. So basically, it allows you full control of what's going on in your body, and so therefore you're going to make the best progress. Because if you're not, how do you know what you're eating? Most of these people don't have a clue. And that's just amazing, do you know what I mean? You get the results what you deserve when you're doing that. So just listen to me and trust me, you'll get actually somewhere, trust me. You can actually adjust the calorie and macronutrient content so that you can either bulk, recomp, or cut, depending on what your actual, choice of preferred option is. And then you can adjust those things very well. So it's really good. I love it, honestly. So please, do what you want. So there are actually millions of registered foods on the actual app, and so therefore it's very versatile. Basically any food you can just scan and go, bop, it's on there. Easy. Macro content is always on there. And so you just win. Win, win, win. That's what we do. So the one thing is though, is if you don't track your food, how do you know how much you're eating? And so therefore your progress is not going to be as good. Like, that's just a fact. And the difference is that if you do track, trust me, you're going to make a lot more progress than you're going to do. And you're just going to be good. So trust me in that. Track it. Using any app, I don't give a damn. And get going. So yeah, I recommend everyone track their food. Trust me on that. It's a really good thing to have. And I've done it for a long time and it just works. So please do it. Listen to TB, let's get it. Wow. Okay, so the sixth tip will be positivity, in that just being happy and not caring what anybody else thinks. That's it. That's the win. That's the winner. So what I always say is that there's no need for negativity. And that's always the truth, in that people are negative because, they're probably not happy about something. I always say just always be positive, because there's no reason to be negative. That's just pulling you down and not allowing you to progress. That's just stupid. And obviously a lot of people are negative, but obviously I'm always positive, man. Anything, even if people are trying to stop me, I'm always positive. You go ahead, try to stop me. That's what I always say to people. And they never do. People are always like that. So just be positive, believe in yourself, trust me on that. So actually being positive just makes everything better, because that's just how life goes. It's just, if you're positive, things will actually be better and you'll get more energy from other people. Like, say you're always negative, right? What do you really think all the people around you are going to be negative? If that's how if they allow that to control them, that's what's going to happen. But if you're positive, everybody else will be. And that's who you want around you, because all these people negative, replaced. That's how you do it. You just replace people, because people are just comments, and just replace them. And that's how we win. Just replace. Don't worry. Rid of them. That's it. You're just progressing. Keep going. You must believe in yourself before anybody else believes in you. On the path to success and where you want to go, you must choose the growth over any company. And that's what happens, is usually the winners and everybody wanting to do what they want to do alone, actually. But that's the best way to go, because then you really only know somebody's intention, the only person's intention, and that's you. You don't really know anybody else's. So you must stick to yourself and allow people in who are actually similar to you and have a similar mindset and a similar goal. Trust me on that. Remove toxic people, and the reason why I say this is because they're just not needed, and usually they're negative. That's basically linked to that. The reason why I say this is because a lot of people fall back onto these people. Don't even bother, because if I put this analogy to you in that you wouldn't drink poison if you were thirsty, that just goes to prove that it's not worth it. And so meet new people, eventually you will. And you'll just do a lot better, so believe me on that. Be the change you want to actually see in the world, and therefore you will see the change in the world if you are that change. The second to last tip is actually being in a calorie deficit. I don't even know if most people know what that is, but I'll explain it right now. So the fundamental basics of a calorie deficit is that you will burn more than you're eating, and therefore you will drop weight at whatever pace you would like to. That depends on your deficit value. You can choose well what that is, but obviously if you move more, you'll burn more, so you'll have to recuperate them as costs. Just remember that. So exercising actually burns more calories, and therefore it'll allow you to reach your goal more effectively than if you were to just sit at home and watch the Olympics all day, like some people. I know actually some right now, but I'm not going to mention their names. The foods you actually eat do not need to be unenjoyable. Like, I eat all the foods I want to eat, and I have no issue with that. If you try to restrict what foods you can and can't eat, it's just not going to be nice, and you'll give up eventually. But if you make the foods nice, you'll just enjoy it, and you'll just keep going, progressing. So that's what we want. So that's how we do it. That's how you do it. I'd say a common misconception is actually you need to feel hungry when you're in a deficit. The answer is no. You can actually feel pretty well in a deficit, i.e., you can be full and be in a deficit. It's just about really how much protein you eat in that respect. But people let their hunger dictate if they're hungry, not actually if they've had the specific amount of calories, what would they said they were going to have. So it just all depends on actually your discipline in terms of following something or not. An actual hidden trick I found is that you should drink more water. That's what I do, and it actually keeps you full. I don't know particularly how that works, but if you just have more water, you'll feel better anyways. It just helps your performance and everything else, your body function. So I'd recommend drinking more water. Drink whatever you like. I don't really mind, to be honest. Oh, thanks Sadie for the input. If you didn't know, my mother's actually a PT, if you didn't know that. Sadie does, what do you do, Sadie? Sadie does Pilates, what do you call it? Pilates parachuting? No, that ain't it. Weigh your food out, because it'll actually allow you to see how much you're eating, and therefore you'll make better progress than if you were to not weigh your food out and know however much you're eating. Because if you're not weighing stuff out, what's going on? How do you know how much you're weighing? Exactly, you don't. So keep making that progress by weighing stuff out. Simple fact. The final tip on this list is actually being patient enough. Losing weight actually takes time, and therefore it is a process. So just make sure you actually allow enough time to see those results come through. Because if you don't, you're cheating yourself, man. You're cheating yourself, honestly. If you're not willing to be patient, leave already. Leave this video anyways, because this ain't the video for you, bro. This ain't the video for you. What I've always said to people is that anything good actually takes time, and therefore anything which usually takes less time and is very easily attainable is just easy, isn't it? So it's like, if it's harder, that's what you want to be doing. It's the same thing within the gym as well. Like, you can do the lightweight, that's all right. But if you really want to make some progress, you've got to push yourself. That's what everybody says, but I'm saying it especially with an asterisk around it. 2 asterisks actually, and an exclamation mark about 5 times. It's true. What I always tell people to think about is actually where you're going to be in the future, not really where you are now, because that's irrelevant actually. If you're going in the right direction of where you want to be going, it's irrelevant where you actually start, it's where you actually end up. That's where I think people lose sight. They're just like, oh, I haven't made any progress in 2 days. Let's just give up. That's just stupid. If you think that, you might as well leave as well now. But if you're actually, willing to wait and progress, but keep going and enjoying it, then you're not going to give up. If you enjoy it, that's what people don't understand, is that if you don't enjoy it, you're going to give up. You're going to crack like an egg. That's what's going to happen. You're going to crack like an egg. I can bet you money on that. If you want to bet some money, put it in the comments, and I'll bet money honestly, because that is so true. Like, you will crack if you don't enjoy it. And everybody listening knows this is fact. I know this as well. This point actually kind of links with the last one, but don't be impatient. A lot of people are impatient, and therefore they're not going to see the results because they just give up. As I said with the previous one, maybe they'll give up in 2 days. If you really actually think you're going to see progress in 2 days, you're fooling yourself, and you need to be more educated. And I'd just like to be brutally honest. Like, people think, 2 days, 20 kilo. Lost 20 kilo in 2 days, mate. Well, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't. You lost 10 kilo in 2 days. No, you didn't. You didn't do any of that, actually. You just lied. Literally, people are so stupid. I'd just say educate yourself more. Before you speak on anything, educate yourself on something. That's what I always say. And I've had to do that, and I still am doing that. I don't think you just know everything. You don't know everything. But just educate yourself. That's what I say. It's key. The main thing out of all of this is that you actually enjoy it and be happy. That's what I'm doing right now. Do you really think, do I look sad? Well, you might think I do, but guess what? I'm happy. I'm really happy. And you know what? If you literally go around and ask people, how are they happy? Are they happy? How are they? And are they? The answer to 99.99999% is going to be no. It's always going to be no for a lot of people, because it's just, you know, a lot of people do it for the money. That's fair. You know, you want to do it for the money, go ahead, but you always get caught out, always. So if you actually enjoy what you do, it's even better. So just enjoy it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to actually be speaking about, I've made this up. This is a statement. I call it the harsh, cold truth. Basically, I'm just going to be running through some bullet points of what is just what everybody needs to hear, basically. This is like not a reality check, but just getting your information, you know, fit and ready so you can educate other people. That's what we do. We educate and then we educate other people. So just, it's like a line of events and like a production factory, and that's what we're running right now. So everybody hopefully can understand and listen. Okay, so the first bullet point, this is a good one actually. This is a good one, I laugh at this. You cannot spot reduce fat on somebody naturally. You can do it, you know, using an operation, a surgery, go ahead. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. We want to do it naturally, it's impossible. It literally is impossible. So it is possible to some degree, but if you really believe that, as I said, it's not possible. It just isn't possible. Believe me on that. I've actually tried when I first started, and it's stupid. It's stupid thinking. Get out of your head, man. Get out. Weight will actually be lost from all different sections of the body, just instead of one specific area. And actually that'll make you look better anyways, because take, for example, right, you use the spot reduced, yeah, on your abdominals, right? How weird would that look if you just had, you know, it was quite low fat there, and then everywhere else it was just, it was all just high fat. Imagine that, that'd be mad. So that's what I'm trying to say. If you actually did that anyways, it wouldn't look good. So just don't try to, honestly. The three actual things you need is discipline, commitment, and variation, because take, for example, variation in terms of your eating, because you can eat the same meal every day, but for me, I can't just do that because it's boring. You want it to be interesting, you want it to be enjoyable, and for me, I eat literally anything basically, but I still manage to progress and make results. So that's the thing, is that you've just got to be intelligent with what you eat and what you choose. That's the difference between people. Most people just eat what the hell they want. But I've got a set routine. Don't think I'm stupid, man, honestly. To see actual good progress, you want to weigh yourself every day and make weekly averages at the end to actually see your progress and actually be consistent, because guess what? If you just going along nice, X amount you're losing each week, and then you suddenly drop 20 kilos, something's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong. Unless you're following a specific diet, which I wouldn't recommend, but we're not going to speak about that. I'm not getting into that right now, but that's the main point. Just track your weight every day, every day. I'd say a big misconception is that if you lose weight, you look bigger. I don't actually know how that exists. I've heard people say that. You won't. If you lose weight, you won't look bigger. That's just a fact. If you've not trained with weights before, you won't. You look similar, but you won't look bigger. That's if you train with weights. I don't know how. That's just a common misconception here, and I can't believe people believe that shit. It's not true. Training with weights is actually one of the best ways to build muscle. It's not the only way. I was about to say it is, but it's not. You've got calisthenics. Other things do work well, but training with weights is one of the best and tried ways to build muscle mass. That's just a fact. And that really can't be argued by anyone, because it's just been tested for so long. So it's like, you want to try something else? You want to try gardening? Go ahead. Honestly. I've heard gardening is really good. I don't really believe that though. I honestly think if you think gardening is intensive enough, unless you're doing 10 hours a day, yeah, sure. Go ahead. But I don't believe it, honestly. So try what you like, basically. That's the free for all, man. Free for all. What I always say is that training, you need patience, because if you put minimal input in, you get minimal output, and the same works for the other way. If you put maximum input, you get maximum output. Works both ways. So it's always best to put maximum instead of minimum. It's always best. Middle doesn't work good enough if you want the best. If you want to be the best, max level. That's more than 100% in my perspective. The last thing I want to say for this section is do not believe everything you hear on the internet. Okay, so the last part of this video, what it's actually going to be is my own advice on losing weight and what you should actually do to be able to make progress and go to where you want to. I'm just going to give my advice because I thought it might be useful, so I might as well say it. No, I'm not going to give out information, because it's all about sharing and getting better together, so let's go. Okay, so losing weight does not actually have to be difficult, but many people make it difficult for themselves in the first place because they think it should be difficult. No, you should just think of it as being positive, and you should do it. And actually, as you progress, you'll see that, you know, if you actually just follow the steps, it still is difficult, but it's easier than you actually thought. So it's just an all-round win, isn't it, really? In my opinion, the best way to lose weight, actually, the most efficient, is to train with weights and be actually in a deficit. This is because as your body fat decreases, your muscle mass actually can increase due to the progressive overload you'll be using in the gym. So therefore, best of both worlds, and you'll be becoming better. Easy. Calculating your maintenance calories and then calculating your deficit calories is actually not tricky, and you can use the online calculators, which I've actually shown in other videos, for you to do that. So it's actually not a difficult process. It's just up to you to do it. Obviously, can't come to your house and do it. But believe me, if you do that, you'll make better results rather than just trying to guess it. Because if you guess it, how do you actually know? So I would say a common misconception I hear all the time is just people think they can just get big from lifting light weights or doing more reps. This is just like completely incorrect. Obviously, you need to move a heavy enough weight to cause some sort of adaptation to occur. That's obvious. I think that's just an obvious thing, but a lot of people don't understand. But that's the truth. If you're just doing the light weights, man, what are you doing? Change it up, honestly. Change it up. You need to. So I've actually seen a lot of people try to like trick their body by trying to eat 800 calories a day, or some doing some like ab program to get abs in like 6 weeks. But guess what? You won't get the same result as if you just worked hard, and you actually probably get worse results. And a lot of people form eating disorders because of that, because they develop an unhealthy relationship with food. So just stick with something you know and keep progressing. Like, just try not to do it. You know, if you want to do something in 2 weeks, go ahead. But as I've said before, if you lose 20 kilo in 2 weeks, you're not actually watching this video right now. You can't be. It's impossible. So all the information about how to calculate your BMR, the maintenance calories and the deficit calories can be actually found in one of my previous videos, and I'll link to it right now in the top right hand corner. Just look right now. It's up there. Go click. Watch that. Educated. Now we're ready to move on to the final couple of words. So those videos will actually go in depth into how you can calculate your own deficits and how they actually range from person to person, because it's not all the same. It might be different for some people compared to others, which it always is, so that's the truth. What I do want to say to end off this is actually just take everything with a pinch of salt, like I said before, but also just believe in yourself. And you know, these little programs will say, oh, you know, you can lose this much weight in a day. Don't believe it, because it's just a lie. Believe what you know and take from different videos, and all compile it, and then use all of that information instead of just listening to one person saying, oh yeah, you know, because whatever and whatever, yeah, he's right. That's not always how it works, and that's basically not, it never works like that. So just believe in yourself, but also take information from different sources, because if you just believe one point, that's not going to be great, is it? Because how can you trust one specific person? You want to watch a load of information to ensure you're getting, you know, information from loads of people, not just one person, where you put them on a pedestal and say, oh, they're amazing. Take your information from different places, trust me. So actually in the description, what I've posted is some links for mental health places and some topics I've covered just to help people out. And obviously, as you know, you can reach me on my Insta, TB_SBD. You can message me there as well, and you know, we can just chat and we can talk about things, because all this information obviously is coming from me, but check different places, as I said before. It's all about the knowledge and keep learning. It's always about that. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe and comment. I'm out. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Peace. TB. Brah!